Today's testing the civil Lydia Morelos. I'm in room 337. This perp here in this room, that one right there, and the other bigots, anti-Mexican in that room. There's one missing. They've been using torture and technology and to torture and call me a beaner and other things. And the average citizen cannot control the mobility of any other human being unless you're a traitor to the United States, and that equals the death penalty because it is treason, and you know who you're targeting when you go after and torture someone. And military, my mom was military, Navy Air, and former intelligence and stuff like that. And so they're torturing, and it's corruption and shit like that. And so they've been calling me a beaner for pretty much most of the day, and I've been videotaping, and stuff like that. And if you notice I think you just said she hates me, little bitch. The one that's standing with the blue. And this is live, going to over 6 million people. See how brave they are now. This son of a bitch too. And she only looks at a camera. I'm just going to start bitching with the camera. Right? She's calling me a beaner and torturing me. This is self-defense. What they're doing is a federal offense. And what? Bitch. Oh, I'll try to take it out. See what I do to you. Legally. And that is coming from a Mexican, Jewish, Italian. Okay? Not the bravest bitch around. Motherfucker. And so these are dangerous people in society. They pose a clear and present danger to minorities, and they've got a track record for that. And so they don't like the way I look because my last name is Morelos, Morelos. There's a state of Mexico. There's a state in Mexico, named after Jose Antonio Morelos, a revolutionary. But there's a state in Mexico that's named Morelos. And it's a Mexican state. Hold on. They're creating problems, looks like. Well, anyway, these are hate crimes. I've been dealing with them consistently for pretty much most of the week. And they are a criminal offense to the point where they can get the death penalty for it. And whoever is associating with these women, please stay away from them. They need to be ostracized. Keep the peace. Stay away from them. Report them to the local authorities, and because they are committing hate crimes against minorities again, and they're very violent. This is encountering violent extremism. Go to the FBI.gov page, DepartmentOfDefense.gov, Department of Defense, FBI, DHS. Or CIA, and there's a wealth of information for anyone who likes history and is a history buff, and you'll find a great wealth of information there. And there's also Black History Month. Come the 1st is that's also a threat by the Perp on the right. And they won't take no for an answer, with at the rate they're going to end up with a bullet in their head legally, and that will be up to the local authorities or, to those who are in charge of that. And if you see something, say something. That is a campaign by the Department of Homeland Security, and the other federal agencies are close by. We've got the Department of Justice in the Embarcadero. We've got the Department of Homeland Security in the Embarcadero. We've got the Department of Homeland Security at the airport close by. San Francisco Airport's only 15 minutes away or 20 minutes away, within a half hour. I've taken it from the airport here. We see the fast speech, that's them. And there is the FBI. If you go to the FBI.gov page and you type in San Francisco, what's the local address for the FBI in San Francisco? It's 450 Golden Gate. It's like a few blocks away from here, off of Golden Gate and Larkin on the right. And there's Golden Gate and Polk Street. Did you see my voice just went up? That was against my will. That's Chris Gillable shit. And the Mormons, obviously. And I reported hate crimes to the feds this past morning, and they're being committed by people inside the shelter where I live, 1001 Polk Street. and that's San Francisco, California, 90409 off of Geary, Geary, and Polk, Polk Street, 94109. Mahesh Patel, Patel, is involved in this. If you see him, you please report him to the local authorities wherever he's at. Anna Ayala is another one. Very, very dangerous people and gang members, and extremely dangerous. They need to be brought to justice, and they need to be brought off the streets. Sylvia Lydia Morelos, I have to go to dinner at 1001 Polk Street, my shelter, but the shelter where I'm at. And these women will be walking out of here. The library soon. The library closes early today. It's Saturday, and you will be able to see it. Please stay away from them, and it's the right thing to do. And really report their suspicious activity accordingly. My name is Sylvia Lydia Morelos. I'm Italian, Jewish, and Mexican. And I'm really sick of being called a beaner or kike. And they make fun of my Christianity by wearing sandals. If you go to the Sacramento church, the Catholic church near 17th and J Street, I went to Mass one time when I was there. I went around the church because I wanted to. It's edifying for me to just sit there by myself sometimes. So I walked around the church. On the left side, there was a frame with a soldier crucifying Christ, and he was wearing those exact type of sandals. So I'm looking at them like, you bitch, making fun of my Catholicism. And in Lafayette, the University of Lafayette, 70504, they use 520 Corinthians as a reference point to persecute Christians and Catholics like myself. So these are serious hate crimes, and it's important to report these people as soon as possible. At will employment, wherever they go, it's necessary. And at your discretion, of course, and let the local law enforcement know what the activity is about and who the people are, because they tend to retaliate. They're very violent. So if you document, keep it private, network with other people, retweet. If you're on my Twitter account, and I warn people, don't. If you're this person or these people, do not get on there. I keep it protected. So if they look for me, they're looking for trouble, and I reported it to the feds. They've connected to other accounts in a fake name before, and then they become belligerent, so they want me to delete it. Guess what? I'm not going to delete you. I'm going to block you and report you to the feds, because the feds are already on there. And it's stupid for you to even pretend that you're going to let you go once you get on my account. So please retweet. Please retweet. The threats to me are credible, and they know I don't have a weapon. And they come at me in numbers. They come at me in cars. They come at me in right behind me or in large numbers. And when they see me feeling weak or vulnerable or hurting, they show up even with more irate, because if we're not stupid, Sylvia, they don't come at me from the front. They come at me from behind, and they're making fun of my speech now because I'm Mexican. They're gonna, California used to be part of Mexico before it seceded to the United States. So California, Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, and that was normal. So I'm like, you're territorial over what? Okies? Stupid bitch racists. I hate bigots. They're the backward shits in society, and a lot of them are sex offenders and child molesters and whores. They're like the bottom of the shit of our shoe. So society doesn't like them. Stay away from them and report them. And at will employment. By the way, I've got friends, obviously. That was, again, them. Anti-Defamation League and Twitter have joined the fight against extremism. We know what we're doing, so please stay away from them and report them. I'm 41 years old, almost 42 in April. Cinco de Mayo is coming up in May. And so we know what we're doing. Please stay away from them. I am a UCLA alumna. I'm a member of the Alumni Association, UC, and somebody just did that. That's also intimidation. I'm a member of the UCLA Alumni Association. My name is Sylvia, Sylvia, Lydia, Lydia, Morelos, Morelos. And yes, I believe the Dalai Lama did know my grandmother, Ernestina Orozco, Maria Felix, hello. And I'm her granddaughter, and I'm a descendant of Ronald Reagan, like my mom was, his niece. And he was governor of California, and so was, and he became president of the United States. So, people actually voted for him and liked him. This is California, and guess what? He was Mexican, and he was Jewish, and mixed with other stuff. So they must have a really difficult time in office, dealing with the racism and dealing with the sexism, and these bigots have been around for quite some time. So before I run out of breath and run late for dinner, my curfew is at 8. unbeknownst to them, poor babies. And anyway, these are people who are dangerous. Please be aware of them because they have a tendency to hang out with people who are just as dangerous as they are. I reported some incidents this morning off of Polk and Turk Street, and then again off of Polk and Eddy Street. So the FBI office is right there, 3 blocks from where I live, off of 450 Golden Gate and Polk, P-O-L-K. Very stupid people. It's on the 13th floor. And you want to report suspicious because I called them on a Saturday one day, and they were there. This is Sylvia Lydia Morelos, and I just voted, so I just received my election registration card. To them, that means I am not a felon or wanted for anything. It also means that I am not an enemy of the state or a whore. We have to go after the prostitution jobs that they have because they're not only are they working part-time at places like Mel's Diner, yeah, I gave the tip. They are harassing other women, hardworking women, because they're minorities, and they're keeping their tips and splitting them. We have to have the same tips, and why are you showing me up? Alice Chu, C-H-U, fuck you. She's very dangerous, very, very racist, and I am sick of her whore friends following me around. You can find Alice Chu, A-L-I-C-E-C-H-U, on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And she went to UCLA. I believe I heard from someone that her CPA license was revoked. I'm like, who did you fuck? Or who did you fuck over? Alice. And I was in South Lafayette a few years ago when I heard about that. But people talk, this is stuff that can actually be verified. So she reinstated whose dick did she suck? Stuff like that. That's the kind of person she is. So I can sue her for defamation of character because people have tried to say, no, she never graduated from UCLA. No, she's not Mexican. No, she is a gang member. She's not a college student. Things like that. And if anyone out there has any information as to the defamation that they've put in writing, please be advised that I'm looking for that information in writing so that I can do something about it. There is no statute of limitations for those types of crimes. This is it. The Dutch owned up to their crimes against humanity a few years ago, and they made a formal apology to the world. And I expect the U.S. to do the same thing, considering this administration has been weaseling its way through the years into office and killed a lot of people, and that is a fact. So I did some homework a while back, and I was looking up the word democide, and I think it has to be within over 1 million people, something like that. Democide, mortocracy, police state, civil rights, detestable thing, and I had to pinch myself to make sure I was still human because these people were like, treating you a certain way, and that's the like part came from them. They're treating you a certain way because of the color of your skin and who you are. So we need to do something about that. I put the music online. Let's Dance, Latin House Classics from 1995 to 2010, and I retweeted it worldwide. Next month is Women's History Month, and we're not backward people, we're educated people, and they're in the minority because they're very backward and racist, and we fought the Nazis back in the Second World War. That's the interference is coming from them. That's a federal offense. So the government doesn't want to hide from them. The government actually is looking for them. So they're just stupid for laughing about the fact that they wanted to go Nazi, and we shut them the fuck up. So, and so that's where that's at. And so they're probably whores. I don't know. Because the women tend to be violent whores and bigoted, racist whores. And the more they do to somebody like me, the more problems they get. I'm a very high-profile person. Common sense would tell you, shut the fuck up. But no. It's like they're stupid for questioning their authority. It's really just stupid, and we're all laughing at them and writing against them, and knowledge is power, and the VPs, Veterans for Peace, kill the knowledge is power. And Ashley's birthday is coming up. It's not going to happen, Ashley. And it's the 7th of March of this year, and this is Sylvia Lydia Morelos. And yes, I know I'm being recorded because I can see the green light go there. It's Sylvia Lydia Morelos. Wish me luck. I'm going to be walking out of 100 Larkin off of Hyde and Grove. They pass by in cars. They've been threatening me to run me over for a while now, and they're really stupid people. Please report suspicious activity, because that kind of threat is a credible threat to a minority because of who and what I am. And the people who have known me for years, at least since 2006, you see my stuff online, is 2016. So you know what's out of character for me and what isn't. Love you very much. Sylvia, on Saturday, I like being Mexicana and Jewish and Italian. My great-granduncle was Ronald Reagan. My grandmother was Maria Felix. My mom was in the Mamas and the Papas. And then she became Alicia Bridges. And then she became, she was Sam and Endora. My mom was Samantha, and my grandmother was Endora on Bewitched. And then she became Alicia Bridges, and she had friends. And, oh, do we have friends? We came from up here, and I was raised here to deal with you fuckers. And I was brought up a certain way, in a pacifist way, like my mom, to deal with it. And she was in the Navy, and in William Jackie Rhodes, 5883 Streamview Drive, apartment number 3, 92105. His number is 619-504-9514. He went after me because of my mom. He was dishonorably discharged from the Navy, and my mom had something to do with it. So they're targeting military kids, military kin, and the mobility is not a surprise because it's coming from people who betrayed the United States. They're considered traitors. The government wants them, so they're very stupid people to begin with. So, Lady Morellos, thanks, bye.